Welcome to PMP Exam Practice. Part 7. If you are new here, we highly recommend watching the quick intro video on how to study for scenario-based questions from these videos with the help of Excel sheets and YouTube timestamps, plus some quick easy tips before your exam day. Link in the description. The time limit given is about 1 minute for each answer. If you are new to this video, we recommend that you keep it playing and listen to each explanation to fully understand the scenario and the appropriate choice. If this is a review, then mute the sound, use the timestamp to navigate between the questions, and train yourself to read and answer each question in 1 minute. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications for new exam updated questions. Good luck! An Agile project is running activities to define the minimum viable product MVP. During the session, the project manager identifies some mandatory regulations, but there is no consensus to include these regulations in the MVP because it may extend the duration of the project. What should the project manager do? A. Get commitment from the team to include all of the required regulations. B. Ask the project sponsor to add more time to the project. C. Share with the participants the need to focus only on product functionality. D. Train the team on the new regulations as requested by management. The answer is A. In order to determine a product that the customer can use in each increment, the core value must be understood. Based on the essential value sought by the project, the bare minimum of how the value can be realized is established. As there are compulsory regulations that must be included, the project manager should get commitment from the team to include all of the desired regulations. You are working on a project as a project manager. You want to estimate the cost of a new project that is similar to a project that was implemented last year. You meet with a group of experts from the previous project. The group uses a 3-point estimating technique. The project manager submits the estimated budget to the project sponsor for approval. The project sponsor, who is new to the company, is concerned because the budget exceeded their expectations. As a project manager, what should you do? A. Change the budgeting technique to a more accurate bottom-up cost estimation. B. Use soft skills to convince the project sponsor to approve the new budget estimate. C. Review the organizational process assessment to determine if a contingency reserve was considered in the budget estimate. D. Review the historical information and lessons learned from last year's project to justify the new budget estimate. The answer is D. Keyword: the new project is similar to a project that was implemented last year, so the project manager should review the historic inputs and lessons learned from last year's project in order to vindicate the new budget estimate. If the sponsor needs an accurate estimation, then you can alter the budgeting technique to a more accurate bottom-up cost estimation, but this method will take much time. You are a project manager of a company and your project is currently in the execution phase. You notice that the work performance reports have deteriorated drastically in less than 2 weeks. The project team in country A is complaining about delays resulting from holidays occurring in country B that have impacted their project team. How should you handle this situation? A. Implement fast tracking to compress the schedule and improve SPI. B. Implement crashing to compress the schedule and improve the schedule performance index SPI. C. Review the risk management plan to evaluate the probability and impact of these delays. D. Perform conflict management using the project's resource management plan. The answer is D. The project manager have to perform conflict management using the project's resource management plan to handle this situation. After a certain duration wherein team members have worked with each other, the team members have begun to adjust themselves to other team members. Trust between the members has also raised. As their project manager, you are pleased with this situation. What will you do next? A. Bring them to the performing stage of the Tuckman ladder of team development. B. Bring them to a stage where conflicts are minimum. C. Allow them to continue at this performance level and then release the team members once the project is over. D. Bring them to a stage where you can begin delegating tasks to the team so that the project is successful. The answer is A. The team is presently in the norming stage of the Tuckman ladder of team development. The next stage is the performing stage. Some of your organization's department who are collaborating together for a project have found a suitable way to include a few subject matter experts in their project even though those experts will work from another geography. You are appointed as the project manager while this project is in the executing phase. You notice some conflicts in the project team due to this arrangement of people working from distant locations. What will you do first to improve the situation? A. Exchange the locations of the other geography resources with the local resources. B. Hold frequent meetings with the other geography resources. C. Improve the communications planned for the project. D. Bring the other geography resources to the local office for a day every month to meet the local members face to face. The answer is C. Communications planning is very important in a virtual team environment like this. Having the other geography resources meet with local resources face-to-face once in a while will be useful, but the communications plan will decide what communications actions like this will be performed. Apart from this, facilitating communications, setting clear expectations within the team, developing protocols for conflict resolution, including people from all locations in decision-making, understanding cultural differences, sharing credit during success are also important. You administer surveys, interviews, assessments, and focus groups within your project team and create a team performance assessment with observations on their skills, competencies, turnover rate, and cohesiveness. You then evaluate the team's overall performance. How will you use this report now? A. Estimate the revised project schedule based on the team's performance. B. Make changes to the team members who are performing poorly. C. Identify specific training, coaching, mentoring, or other changes required to improve the team's performance. D. Estimate the cost of improving the team's performance. The answer is C. The team performance assessment is used to identify performance improvement strategies and actions. though at some point this may include changing team members, or reviewing impact to project schedule or estimating training costs. The first step is to identify actions to be undertaken specifically with respect to team performance improvement. Also, team members cannot be changed without giving them the opportunity to improve first. A customer has been consistently late with approvals on design documentation. George, the project manager, has left the subject in the past, but the practice of delayed approval has not changed. George has been documenting the delays. Which conflict resolution technique is he following? A. Withdrawal. B. Compromising. C. Smoothing. D. Collaborating. The answer is A. Documenting the delays is not an attempt to solve the problem. This demonstrates avoidance or withdrawal as the project manager's response to the situation. Collaborating involves attempting to solve the problem for deriving an extent of satisfaction to the parties involved in the issue. The situation described here does not indicate any such attempt. A project manager has assigned to manage a new project. The project requires resources with specific skills from various organization departments. The project manager must specify and agree on available internal human resources, and hire external experts because most organization staff are already assigned to other projects. What should the project manager use first to obtain resources? A. Resource traceability matrix. B. Acquisition skills. C. Negotiation skills. D. Interpersonal and team assessment tools. The answer is C. An interpersonal and team skill that can be used for acquire resources process is negotiation. Many projects need to negotiate for required resources. The project manager need to negotiate with functional managers. Ensure that the project receives the best resources possible in the required timeframe and until their responsibilities are complete. Other project management teams within the performing organization. Appropriately assign or share scarce or specialized resources. External organizations and suppliers. Provide appropriate, scarce, specialized, qualified, certified, or other specific team or physical resources. Special consideration should be given to external negotiating policies, practices, processes, guidelines, legal, and other such criteria. Your project team members have just begun to work together and are now adjusting their work habits and behaviors to support each other. Which stage of the Tuckman ladder has your team just entered, and once the current stage ends, what is the next stage? A. The current stage is performing and the next stage is adjourning. B. The current stage is norming and the next stage is performing. C. The current stage is forming and the next stage is norming. D. The current stage is forming and the next stage is storming. The answer is B. The current stage is norming. In this phase, team members begin to work together and adjust their work habits and behaviors to support the team. The team members learn to trust each other. Once the current stage ends, the next stage is performing. Teams that reach the performing stage function as a well-organized unit. They are interdependent and work through issues smoothly and effectively. You are a project manager of a company, and your project is currently in the execution phase. One of your project teams went from the site early at 3 p.m. Friday and mistreats his colleagues. You would like to build up clear expectations regarding the acceptable behavior of the team member. To avoid such situations, you should create A. Interpersonal skills. B. Team building activities. C. Management skills. D. The team charter. The answer is D. The team charter establishes clear expectations regarding acceptable behavior by project team members. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications, so you always get the latest updated exam questions. For special exam requests, please send us an email. Thank you for watching.